And welcome back to a very special Zero Escape. I think we're getting pretty close to the true ending. There might be some other secret endings, but we'll try to get here. I feel like my head's gonna explode, but wait a minute. Where the hell am I? Okay, we're further back in time than we were before.
No,
Let's see.
this is one of the AB rooms.
AB ruins? Where the hell are you talking about? The hell is an AB room?
Damn, I guess you did lose your memory after.
Memory. Are we gonna stop Dio this time around? I remember your Phi. She grins.
Check
When
your
is
bracelet.
this? Red pair 3.
Mine's the same.
Does that mean it's the beginning of the game? Where did we go back when I woke up in the A or B room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time. Push
How
the
do you know
buttons on the
this?
side of your bracelet.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Let's get out and save the woman then. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're right.
Akane might still be alive. We
Let's
got
go
back
save
before
her.
Dio killed her. I think.
Let's go save her.
Right. We're here for one reason.
Stop her from being
Exactly.
killed. Let's move. We need to
Don't
get
need
her
to tell me
faster.
twice. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. I mean, we can just leave, right? Passwords. Just remember the password's safe. We'll figure out like last time. Moon, star, right? We're out. Open it, great job, let's hurry, let's get cracking on it in the key. I'm gonna make sure that they're not cruel to us. Whatever. Hopefully they don't have me do things. If there's one thing that we miss with the safety thing, it'll be fine, right? Alright, we press the, for God's sake, no need to yell. Just open it up. Good, looks like it worked. Let's go. Press it, don't think so. I know, don't ask everything right. Why the hell are you? Would I ask you hurry up and right, I'm gonna do it. And 3, 2, 1, 8, just do it. I suck at counting, let's get out of here. And we press the button. Bite me. You took too long. We're off schedule here. Super hard puzzle there, boys. Finally, climb out of the hatch and into the AV room the moment we spot them. Akane. Behind her was Dio. He moved quickly and quietly with a knife glinting in his right hand. Shh. Then there was no time to yell at her. I scrambled down on top of the AV room. Phi didn't follow me. When I looked back, she was standing on the top of the roof. God damn it, we're gonna do this. What the hell are you doing? Get down here, and before I finished moving, she ran across her and launched herself into the air. Good. One of my least favorite characters gets totally knocked out by one of my more favorite ones. Though if I did totally stab us that one time, she's at least relatable.
He's fine. Just unconscious.
Nah, can't we just kill him? I'm not one to kill people, but he's certainly a dick. I bent over and put a finger to his mouth. I could still
I
feel
don't
him
think he
breathing.
saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
The guy went down like a
He
sack
had
of
it
potatoes. Yep, I agree with that. I heard footsteps coming from to stop right in front of us. I looked up. Please tell us we take the knife away from Dio.
So you came.
Yep,
I've
we
been
did.
waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Yep, that's the last bit of this game I need to get right. What? Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up right, you'd be.
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes.
That was the plan, wasn't it?
Oh, that reminds me. I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I very much appreciate you saving me.
I wanted to save you two there. What?
Hold
That's
on.
what.
How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was gonna stab you, why did you? Were you gonna let him?
Because I had to.
What's
Think
that?
back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested.
Yeah, but why do you
I
need
did
our
explain,
abilities?
Didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least. In order for that to happen, some death was necessary. When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity. Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens. It's a little like a slingshot.
So you pull it back to
Pull back
signify.
on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy.
Is this Radical 6 that we're using to stop Radical 6?
That's
I'm
what
confused.
fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited.
These analogies are so
When
weird.
the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one.
Don't play this game smoking.
From that perspective,
You'll lose your mind.
time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
I knew it. Wait,
We were
what?
infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are infecting all of these people?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course.
She's gone.
Unfortunately, we needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough.
Okay, so what is
You had
enough?
the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved.
Yeah, we should use the piece of paper for this to make it better here.
Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game.
So now you're gonna tell us to secure to Radical 6 and send us back in time, right?
That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
Why would Dio tell us the password to a different biome each time then, I guess? I get it. I think I finally understand. Okay, there's a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you said makes sense now. We all did this, so fine, I can jump through 4-dimensional space and remember some tax rights. But why do we need to do this at all? Did people die for this? I mean, let's count many different people ways died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died, and also Phi and you. Oh, Luna, so sad. Billions of people died back on Earth, right? So why are we doing all this? What does it matter if Phi and I can jump through
Haven't
death?
I told you? Death was unavoidable. You were all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already knew that. Why are you telling me this? Goddamn, what's important is this?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
It's the academic. It actually happened. We need to go back in time and stop it, right?
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. That's not enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt next to Dio and picked up the knife from the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the
But
subject.
it's almost time.
What are you talking about? There we have plenty of time.
No, in a few moments, you'll return to the original time.
No, don't fucking do this to me. Okay, what?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Lagomorph.
Yes.
Logomorph?
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph.
Logomorph.
Lagomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio.
Okay, why would you do that?
All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room.
Why?
Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do we need to do
To
all that?
recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying
Why
some
is this
version
going
of us
here?
is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct.
Okay.
Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled out something from her pocket. Small key
I'll
choicer.
tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
Okay. What does
Tu
this say?
fui ego eris.
Okay.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes,
What is that
it will
supposed to
help
mean?
you meet someone who's very important.
What the hell?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait, what still? Oh. We'll say this under 14. New destination added to the flowchart. Awesome. Let's get to that destination quick then, shall we? We don't need to save it under 15. Awesome. We can jump right here. Let's go. That I appreciate. Unless it's gonna kick me out anyways. Don't kick me out. Don't. I hate you. I hate you again. Yeah, we're at the top of the order, aren't we? Yep. Let's go to the new destination. Okay.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
This is the
Why are we
infirmary.
here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
Wait, what?
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and
What?
I hurried back here with you.
I looked over him in her eyes. Do you remember what
You
happened now?
mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah, I guess it's pretty much there.
Yeah.
So remember that being
all
locked
right.
there, and now we can vote all these times there.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
What
Quark.
am I? Top liver?
Hi,
You're
Alice.
conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you,
Grandpa told me
Alice,
what
for
to
not
do.
being a dick.
Thanks for finding the medicine for.
Yep, and we need to find a bunch of more because everybody else is infected too. Although I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit
grabbing
action.
its
God
straws,
damn it! Why are we a pervert? I wasn't talking about to Quark. I was offering to
Not really
Alice.
my point.
Yeah, I think everybody knows it was Alice there. Alice does have a nice
Forget
body though.
about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
What
Huh?
are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
What? 10! Yeah, baby! We got 10! This is 10
I
PP.
got 15.
15!
That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
How is that possible?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours.
Wow.
We've played the AB game 3 times.
And you all did your best
Of
job.
course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Yay!
And now all of us have enough to leave.
Except for Luna, she can't leave because of sadness. I was stunned. How could everyone cooperate long enough to raise their BPs to 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed without just to start things off? Maybe it's a little suspicious. Or could the bombs have made something to do with it? We all joined forces against UOFI and I disarmed them all. All of us banded together against a common enemy to overcome the treacherous threat. Perhaps that's the strength of our bonds. Yeah, there's nothing that brings a group of people together more than an external threat, which is kind of a sad way to look at it because it's like the way to beat tribalism is even a larger, more generic tribalism. Not the best, but hey, it's life. Which I have to admit is some kind of ironic. After all, Dio planted bombs to force us all to work together against him. It must be have been what Connie was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's open the door and get out of here.
Let's find Akane first. What about him? Some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice would only hand out. She complained about wanting to take him to her superiors, and after I mentioned they'd come back and investigate after we escape with Dio, she reluctantly complied.
All right.
I like this plan to
Let's
leave
get
Dio
going.
back. Aren't we gonna find Akane? I have the thing on the leg, right? Dun, 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 dun. Everybody ready? We're
Yes,
gonna open it.
Just get on with it.
Everybody was Shelly nod, and I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Oh, this game is long. This game is such a mixed bag. I think this is the game that I have the most gripes with that I've enjoyed at parts. Quite a bit, actually. There's a lot going on in this game I really like, but a lot in this game that's just a mess.
Has been opened. It will remain.
Nice, everybody, let's move. Should be easy enough. We didn't need to talk to everybody twice. Inside the room, we began the lift and looked around the place for a large plated metal pedestal. We ran to the center and turned it on. Then the number was wide open.
1, 0.
How far does this timeline go? Not very far
The
here.
number 9 door is closing.
Things like this are just why. I mean, it's somewhat cinematic, but so much of this game is waiting.
The number 9 door. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As
No
the game
problem.
is over. All doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
What is wrong now? We're gonna turn out to be on Mars, right? Be on Mars! Be on Mars! I wonder if Akana's gonna be up here. We never figured out that message down below there. There's a lot of codes and decoding things for sure. This is probably like a conspiracy theorist, like, fun playbox game. Because a lot of the passwords can be translated into things from what I know.
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
All the moving. We left and found a familiar looking door. We pushed it off to the right. Do we have enough suits for everybody? The pressure
Do you
chamber
know what this
exchange-
place is?
Yep, she sort of. This whole facility is pressurized. Apparently, I think the idea was to keep the outside air and consequence of the virus. We get inside, which means we can go out if we depressurize with these suits. This room is where we prepared to get going into the actual pressure chamber there. And all these are suits on the walls. I figure we need to put them on and head out the decompression
Whoa!
stair.
Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Possibly, yep. What it is seems like according to what Akane said, we are already infected with the Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a bit pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
Let's get going. No one objects, so we all don the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression chamber. As soon as we were inside, we began the process. Through the helmet, I could feel a soft hissing. The air began to suck out of the room. We stood several minutes waiting for it to finish, and the last it did, we heard the door begin to open. Be on Mars! Be on Mars! Beyond the decompression chamber, we repeated the process 2 more times. We reached the opening door. Is there so many people that can be out there at once? The dead, blank landscape wasn't a surprise to me. I had seen it before in another timeline. And the others hadn't. However, though I could see their faces, virus through the helmets, I could hear more gasps for air through the radio. At the very long moment, we began to scoot and astonish.
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I'm guessing
I
it's
figured
Mars.
that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I'm suggesting we were asleep for years, baby.
I think so.
Whatever, we must be too far away from the city. The air is cleaner than I've seen before, than the stars in the sky was full of them, more stars than I've seen in my life. I could spot a hazy arm from the Milky Way. It was more striking than the feature of the moon, the red mass, much more than, in fact, than I can remember being. Oh, I watched the blank spots begin to move across the sky. It's hard to detail and look circumference. Stopped, continuing to move across the moon and heading towards the right edge. What's that?
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
A moon's shadow? I frowned and it didn't make sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation.
Are we on
He
Mars?
said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this.
We're on
I
Mars.
meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
A Mars moon?
Earth?
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse.
It's a
It's a
solar.
solar eclipse.
Okay.
Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
What? No way. What the hell? If that's Earth, where the hell are we? We're on Mars.
The moon, of course.
We're on the moon? Oh, okay.
This is the lunar surface.
Wait, how is gravity okay then?
We were just inside a moon base.
But why is the gravity fine?
No, you've gotta be lying.
How is the gravity
You
fine?
expect us to believe that?
How is the gravity fine?
This can't be the moon.
How is the gravity okay?
Yeah. That's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity?
Yep.
The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Yeah?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me?
Oh my god, are we all infected with Radical 6 and that's why?
just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelivir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected.
That seems so fucking dumb.
In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed.
That's so dumb. I don't even know if that could work,
If you
but
evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases.
wow, so convenient.
I guess that's a little technical.
Wow, this is so weird.
Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9. It will take approximately 1 second
Well, it's really convenient. This virus lowers her brain function by 1/6.
1.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely.
And we didn't notice that we were like super strong or anything like that
Gravity
either.
constant is, well, you could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So now we've established that on the moon, things fall root 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6?
They would see things moving slower, but they would see the same forces in play.
2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical.
This is so sketchy.
That's what's been happening to every one of us.
This is so sketchy.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating.
Oh, I missed that. Seems insane, but Luna's makes sense. The fact that Fire is appeared to have superhuman strength as well. Oh yeah, she did do the jump thing. I forgot that. I guess that's one thing there. So weird.
Wait, this is crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
It's the lunar or solar eclipse.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
It's 100 years from
It's
there.
January 27th.
Shit.
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
It's 100 years.
What year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Okay. So 50 years longer? No, that's insane. 45 years
I don't
goes
blame you if you don't
deduction.
believe me, but it's the truth.
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074.
Okay.
Solar eclipses are easy to predict. We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
No one can change that for sure. I mean, you could change it to free. It's dead.
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time. The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
Oh my god, that would wipe out so many people.
I
But what?
suppose it
Why?
started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st, 2000.
This is why I thought we were on Mars.
Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing. The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like
So
Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down.
So they had explosions and then they had Radical 6? That seems like really weird writing to have two calamities so close together, but yeah.
It also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head. You know, the classics. But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose. Plenty of people jumped in
Gross.
front of trains or cars.
Oh no. Oh, very vicious
One
was
pilot
there.
on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed, and thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses. God, I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Yeah, kind of figured that. Oh, got super red there for a second
People who
there.
managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good. On April 13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect.
Oh, I see. So this is where the bombs go
Plan was
off.
to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors
That was the thing, I see. So Radical 6 was first, and then the Annihilation Reactors
It's
was.
mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened, but I've got my own theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected.
Oh.
When they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate "if I die, you're coming with me" gesture, I suppose. I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors. Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. It blotted out the sun for 7 years. Plants withered, and animals died by the millions. The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times. Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that had died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now. But there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing.
So just a bunch of
You know
dust in
why
the air.
sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing. Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty. So there you are. The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
So that's why it's red. Okay, I thought it was a solar eclipse, but yeah, that makes more sense. There's parts of this that make sense, and there's parts of this that are super sketch. I'm speechless. How could I possibly say anything? There was no reason for Tim Miyoji to lie to us. We were standing up there. Yeah, I kind of figured he was from the future because I know he's a special place in this here and other things. Looked at the Earth, and then we're ahead. But why? I kind of knew we were in the future quite a bit, though, earlier than even when I was spoiled on it. But yeah, why were we there? Why and then? I mean, it just felt like we were super far in the future, though, most of the time. I was lost in thought and barely if I
Hey,
approach.
Sigma,
How far does this go? Okay.
I think I figured something out.
The window popped open. Helmet whispered in the corner. She seemed to using the circuits so we could only hear. Yeah, what was
Figured
it?
out why there's an extra E.
What, extra E? What do you
Yeah.
mean, the graffiti?
The one on floor B.
Yeah.
I think it's an anagram. Just like on
Duh.
floor A.
Yep. What
God
does it
damn
say?
it, Sigma.
An anagram?
Knock it off! Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun. If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Okay,
See?
interesting. The man on the
You
moon
need
rules
6
the
E's
infinite.
to get that. So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
The man on the moon rules infinite
Maybe it's
time.
a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
So what are you getting at?
God, you're slow. You
We're
don't
gonna
get it?
stop Radical
They're
6.
saying we rule the infinite time.
Duh.
Infinite time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back.
Way back. Wait a minute. Are you saying we go back 45 years?
I'd bet on it.
The ultimate purpose of the AB game project was to send us back to a time before the calamity Tim Miyoji was talking
I think
about.
so.
That doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, can we really come from the same point in time before that actually happened? Why bring us here and send us all the way back?
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tufui.
Oh, that place. The gravestone there. The one there. Garden.
Well, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Can we get back in there? We turned and ran down back to the pressure chamber and followed closely behind.
What? What are you doing? Did you forget something?
We're going to go talk to somebody.
Who?
We really need to spell it out. The person is behind all the...
Akane.
What?
To me, that is yes. Let me accompany you then.
Are you a clone of us or something?
Why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there. Now, if you please. I'm coming with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Let's get going.
I'm going to the.
Can we not have everybody come with us?
Hey!
It's everybody.
Is it the
Okay.
you're talking about?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're not. You're serious? What the hell is going on?
Shut up and come if you want to know. You just need to recall. Once we get there, Connie will explain everything. With that, we headed back through the airlocks. How could she set this up but not cure Radical 6? That is like what I'm freaking trying to figure out right now. Oh, the story is so weird and flimsy in so many ways. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's like really wonky. It's so weird. This is such a weird story. Let's keep going here. Most of this is kind of predicted, though. The Radical 6 thing and the moon just kind of super weird.
Clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
It's great.
The grave in the garden.
Yeah, don't worry about it, though. I don't think she's buried or anything. There's a chance she's alive. It's just a grave. Let's move to the garden. Let's go, boys. This is a long part, but I want to try to get this all in here as quickly as possible.
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
We're gonna use the keys, dummy. There's a keyhole here. I'll just insert it here. Pull it from the line call, fit the key. I twisted it right in under there and unlocked it. With a quiet grinding, the grave lifted stone. Yep, there we go. Oh, she's in one of these capsule things.
What is this?
It doesn't look like a coffin.
It's a treatment
Yeah.
pod.
It's a treatment pod.
Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
Glass and covered, frozen, make there. We could see on that.
Let's see what's inside.
She grabbed the hold of the lever and the pod end.
No good. I think it's locked.
What's that?
Treatment pod TP00. Stage 1, defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
Why, game?
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Why does this need to be a thing? Right?
What?
Cold sleep. These pods can put people into cold sleep. We can use them to CAS to a frozen body without destroying the cells.
Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
She's cryogenically frozen,
Then
yes.
we've gotta wait till she melts?
Yes. Yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay? Specifically, why do you know Akane?
I remembered.
What do you remember?
Everything. I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9. A
Okay.
rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
That was the thing in that one
Kind of
lab
makes
there.
sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon.
Okay.
This is the 9th one.
And
Well, I
why
suppose the
chose
other ones don't really
the
matter to you, do they?
Nonary game, I guess,
In
then?
any
Yeah.
event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years,
Yes.
right?
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What is our
It's
mission
true
then?
that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
What do you mean? With time travel, it's never fucking too late.
Too late?
What do you
Let me
mean?
begin at the beginning. You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had.
Okay.
Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories.
Yeah, got that.
That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary. By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps.
Yep, I got
We
that, buddy.
speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories.
Yep, I probably should have used more of the notepads and stuff like that, but yeah.
The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension. That was the reason for the puzzles. Your
Okay.
infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential. With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Like a bullet from a slingshot.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
Wait, what?
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you.
I'm
In a
confused.
sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes. I suppose I should explain.
Please.
Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand. First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028.
Okay,
The
sure.
location is Earth, more specifically, Los Angeles, California, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep. 4
Why?
months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Yes, in preparation for this day.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an
That's a
Esper,
good question.
aren't you, Clover?
Yeah?
I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking. As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to
So why is Alice here and why does Clover need to be an Esper?
Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power. You understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In another history, you were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat at mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31. Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline.
This is so
Help us.
flaky.
Would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust. This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark. Tenmyoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl.
Yeah.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi. So we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me.
Yep.
I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone. He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you. I never thought this would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agree.
We all died in timelines.
I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
And it was!
What kid would turn that down?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, and headed straight for the moon during the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we... I don't remember anything after we
Zero
went.
has to be Snake, right?
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Now, Dio, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
Yep,
He
we
was
got that
ordered to
bit.
come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago. Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier? The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility. They
Okay.
needed to stop
Kind
the
of
AB
did that
project.
before.
So, Dio was given two tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project. The second was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline. In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9, hence the bombs.
Yeah, but that would just win for them anyways, right?
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper.
Who could he be?
We can set Brother aside for now, though.
Okay. Okay. So I know it can't be June. Or Junpei. I know it's not Akane. I don't think it's Snake. It could be Seven. But I don't want it to be Seven. It could be Ace. Is it Ace?
May I proceed?
Is Ace the bad guy in this again? No one objected and we continue to stay.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two, Luna and myself.
So
Sigma
it's a
and Phi
golem,
already know
obviously.
the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however.
I love you,
I
Luna.
think
It's
it
still
would be more
fine.
appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that be all right with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The rest of you were brought to this facility, but I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Hey,
Their love
I've been
child.
wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma, in another timeline.
Yeah, well, it was hologram. So it was Snake. This is Snake, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, he is.
Stage 2, TP.
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the...
Yep, let's do it. I think it's Snake. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We gather around the pod, and it looks over there. Bit.
Okay, let's get started. Ready?
And this is going to either be Kane or Zero here. If I laid his hands over the... laid her hand on the lever and looked around at us and I swallowed.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Is it going to be another me? That was a fucking joke. Oh my fucking god. That was a fucking joke. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Out of all the spoilers I've been spoiled on, I didn't even know that thing. Some of my memory flooded back from the other timelines I seen before. the warehouse from B, in front of the white door in A, K line in front of me, and I grabbed the mask and I saw my own face. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face under K's armor? It didn't make sense. After that, it seems I injected with Supreme, and that was the end. Are we gonna hear our own voice? But wait, if the person in the plot is the same as I've seen in the warehouse, then who is wearing K's? Oh my fucking god, it's fucking Akane! I never considered that! Oh my fucking god, they swapped places. They swapped places. That's mind-blowing that Kay was a different person each time.
You finally noticed.
Oh my
Didn't
god.
I tell you, you won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you.
That's fucking genius! Oh my god. I give this game a lot of crap, but that's fucking genius. That hot swap, very spicy. And they had the armor swap thing, I remember that. No, oh my god,
Yes,
where you are.
I am.
Akane Kurashiki.
I thought I knew everything about this game, but I'm just wrong. Oh my god, that's brilliant! It's brilliant! I love it! I love it!
Akane, from... But you're all...
Yes, that's correct. I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover. Or you, Junpei.
Yep. So I tried to hide it. I'm pretty sure I said Tenmyoji with Junpei before, but yeah.
Akane, long time no see.
Oh my god, that's so insane. Could barely hear what they were saying. My mind was reeling. I could feel the air knocked out of me, and it could barely... It was all I could do from collapsing then.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
Yep, I remember that.
Once you saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did. I carried your bodies to the third AB.
Okay.
After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
Okay, that's fine.
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you, and Luna took your body from the 6th room. You couldn't have been in
No,
the armor.
it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
So Schrodinger's cat was who's in the fucking armor. Oh my fucking god, I hate you, game.
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
Wait, that's nuts. I
Right,
agree
what about
that.
the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied.
Wait, what?
He, on the other hand, was telling the truth.
Oh, the memory loss part of K there.
Large doses of Soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Oh my god, so she said she's remembering things here.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Wait, what? Hey, come on, guys. What are you saying? Right here, the same face?
Huh?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma?
What?
Did you hit your head or something?
What? Didn't make any sense. Why didn't they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What do you mean by this?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future. From 45 years ago.
Okay. What the fuck? We're old, aren't we? I looked around the facilities and looked in the pond. I ran into it and threw myself to the knees and crawled in and approached the edge. My heart throwing a cold sweat trickling into my spine. Come down, come down, come down. I struggled, breathed slowly. I peered down the pond in my reflection. Oh my god, where's Zero's here? I thought about it, so we're not Snake. Oh my god. What? No, this can't be this face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb.
I thought it was Snake. I thought I read it was Snake. Oh my fucking god.
Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now. Zero.
I thought it was
the
Snake for sure.
mastermind of the AB project is you.
What? No, that's impossible. This is
No,
bullshit.
It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good.
What the fuck? I think I might have been spoiled in this, but I didn't realize what I figured when I had it there. I'm not a doctor.
A pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him. Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Great.
His name is Kyle Climb.
Hey, my name. Sort of.
Your clone. That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself. 23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle.
I guess that's why we have the synthetic arms to fake our own strength and stuff like that.
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future. When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth. If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You gave him that armor. Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it. It kept his muscles and bones strong.
I don't know if that works,
He
but
wasn't
maybe.
forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
But why would I? Why would my future self
He
clone
was to
him?
be your spare. If something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Wait, what?
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before.
Yep.
That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body.
Okay, I know what body
Anima
means.
is another word for the soul, or the
Ah, I see.
consciousness. Body is, well, exactly what it says on the tin. The past consciousness will go into the future body, and the future consciousness will go into the past body. They switch.
Oh, I see.
That was
That
the
makes a
chief
little
goal
sense.
of the project.
Wait, so future persons in my past
Sigma,
body.
do you remember the note you found in the garden?
So the project already succeeded if the future me is in the past, then, right?
You mean this, right?
Yes. Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness is making.
Okay.
A is where everything began.
Okay. Easy there.
December 25th. You inhaled the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, You jumped to B. January 25th,
Rhizome 6.
2074. You woke up in one of the AB rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body, but it is 67 years old. Your
I think there might have been hints for that I
has
missed.
jumped 45 years into the future.
Yeah, okay. That was easy enough to
I
see.
believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was much older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this case, however, the lower gravity balanced that out.
That's super sketchy, but fine, I'll let it
Moving on.
go.
If you continue along this line, what happens next? You reach C, which is January 27th, 2074.
Wait, why did we go back to D and not E here?
That is today.
Whoa. Wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
36 hours to be exact. Have you already forgotten? You were all infected with radicals.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah, that's
virus
fine.
slowed your brain down. So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed.
Instead of like
But
12
to
hours
you,
or something.
It only seems
Yeah.
like 14 hours and 40 minutes. Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past. It will re-emerge at point D. April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
Okay, why?
That's the same day as the reactor explosion.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna stop the
That
reactor
is why
exploding.
I said it will be too late. You will return to the past, but the events you would want to prevent will have already happened.
So what's the point then?
The story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B.
Okay.
But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal.
Oh, this one we live out then.
Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body until you reach point B.
Okay.
Do you remember when B is Sigma?
That's the restart of the game, right?
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma jumped into the body of 67-year-old Sigma. So where did the older version of you go when you took his body?
At point A, on the day it all started.
Yes. His consciousness will go back in time 45 years.
Oh, so he lived out to this point here and then went back
For
here.
a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
This is super weird. And then E will be when he jets back, so this is like 2 days afterwards. So once we reach point D, the old continent will go back.
That's correct.
Okay, wait.
When that
wait.
happens,
What's E then
the
for?
older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and return to your body at C.
So it's a rotation? This is
Rotate.
weird. This is like super weird. It's even hard for me to grasp in this. And I'm used to time travel like junk here.
I suppose you could put it that way, but look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated, but in truth, it's a single straight path with
Please show me
one
sit there.
exception.
The point at E.
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028, the day of the total eclipse.
Why is it there? The data radical 6 facility was at. Oh, okay, I see.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the 67-year-old Sigma from point B to point A.
Okay.
If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
The older version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out by jumping me into the body of this old man this year.
Yes, that is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump from point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility. That is why we have faithfully retraced history up to this point.
Okay,
So
it's
that
weird.
we might save humankind and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
Okay, it's super weird. I like it, but it's super weird and wonky. Tell me one
What
more
is
thing.
that?
They say C is the date, which is today. There's going to be a jump that will send me back to April 13th.
Yes,
Right there.
that's right.
Why hasn't it happened? But look, I'm still old. When is the jump supposed to
Very
happen?
soon. Yes.
Soon? Yeah.
We
Let's
need
trigger it.
potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension.
Wait, why? Who is Phi then? Why is she here?
Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6. All that remains is to launch your consciousness, like a bullet from a slingshot.
Bullets not fired by slingshots, I just realized. That's supposed to
Didn't
do the
I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your brain.
Then
You
what's
haven't
that?
figured it out. I mean this.
She's going to attack us. Dia's knife. No sooner than the words come out of her mouth than she attacked us. Why are you attacking Phi? I screamed and leapt out towards her. Akane was already in motion. The knife towards Phi's chest, and I was almost there. I regained consciousness on the floor. The dull pain in my chest. I felt something in my own way. It took a moment for me to realize that Akane's body was laying on top of me. I twisted my neck around, and near the tombstone, a few words were written. I forget what this means. You are, I was. Oh yeah, because this is who we were in this. Man, this is here. I am what you will be. Oh, because we had the body swap thing. That's an interesting way to look at a timeline story. I'm gonna be totally honest. This is like one of the first times I've seen a story kind of like this. It pulls a lot of things from a lot of different sources, but it does feel like it has its own frickin' twist. I will admit this ending is something I saw 60% of. It was... Actually, I saw probably more than 60%, but man, that last, like, 20% I did not see was insane. Like, this story is fucking insane. Was it worth all the different timelines and stuff like that? Not really. I will say, if you're keeping notes, if you play this game or recommend this game to a friend, tell them to bust out a note paper and write things down for the bombs and stuff like that so they don't need to get it. But it's really hard to keep all the timelines together and notice these inconsistencies or whatever. It's just a little weird for this, but yeah. I guess we told Luna not to tell her that we were like Zero Senior or something like that. But it was definitely an interesting story there. Oh man. We don't actually technically know if the plan actually worked or not, which is kind of a weird bummer thing. I know there's 2 more timelines from here that we can get, though I might save those for next time. It's been over an hour and I want to get through this. This game is insane though. It's insane in a lot of bad ways, though, too. There's some alright ways. The problem is a lot of the interface is too slow. Too many of the pseudoscience things. It's weird, because some of the pseudoscience things go beyond what I'm used to, and some of them are, like, way below, like, basic stuff that I know. So it's not well balanced, I'd say this game is. This game is probably the most mixed one that I love at moments. Like, StarCraft 2, the Brood War expansion, I didn't like that one so much. This one, I've enjoyed for parts, but it's just super weird and wonky, for sure. But we'll see. This is Fly's ending. We got new destinations on the chart. We'll save this under 15. I'm gonna actually check what these look like quick. No. So we got another one back here. We'll handle that next time. But I'm gonna call this the ending. But we'll do a bonus on Thursday for this. So you guys take care. Hope you have a great day. And hope to see you guys next time. Peace.